Okay, welcome to my webinar. My name is Elena Semenek and this is Psychology of Happiness, where happiness is the purpose of life. And today we're going to talk about boundaries, healthy boundaries, personal boundaries in a relationship. And I prepared a wonderful demonstration for you. Let me just put it on the screen. Okay, so what are we gonna talk today about? We're gonna talk about 10 reasons why it is so difficult to defend your opinion and your interest. We're gonna talk about feelings of shame and feelings of guilt. We're gonna talk about fear of being judged by others and fear that others won't understand me. We're gonna talk about a reason why it is so hard to share your true feelings with your friends and family, and I will tell you 2 examples actually from my life. And I will share with you 10 reasons that are stopping us from creating healthy boundaries, from defending ourselves, our interests and our desires. And we're going to talk about 2 types of personal boundaries, reactive and proactive. Which one do you use in your daily life? And at the end of this webinar, I will offer you an exercise. It's going to be guided meditation exercise, My Inner House, that will help you to evaluate your boundaries. And of course, I will tell you what to do next. And images are for you and text is for me. I created this presentation just because I have so much information, so much important information that I want to share with you. So to be honest with you, I cannot keep it, an hour or 2 hours presentation in my head. So I need some outlines to make sure that I won't miss anything important. So when you are watching this webinar, I advise you to look at images and on my beautiful video, write your questions in chat section, and do not pay too much attention to the text, because everything that's on the screen I will explain to you and I will tell you all about it. Okay, so please let me know. First of all, say hi in the chat section and let me know where are you from, what would you like to learn from today's webinar, what are you interested the most in this topic, why are you interested in this topic. And I personally do not believe in coincidence, and if you are here, then you are supposed to be here. If you find this webinar on social media or by just browsing around, I highly recommend you to click the link below this video, and you will see the link that says sign up or subscribe for free webinars. You have to click on this link, fill out 3 simple questions: your name, your email, and your country, and click subscribe. So the next time you will receive an invitation for my new free self-development webinar in your email, and you can join me next time as well. So you won't miss anything interesting, anything special, anything important. And while you're writing in chat, while you're introducing yourself, let me introduce myself. And my name is Elena Semenek, E-L-E-N-A. And I'm a psychologist and a life coach. I'm Russian. I came to the United States of America about 12 years ago. I am the founder of Psychology of Happiness, where happiness is the purpose of life. I believe that everybody wants to be happy. And for one person, it's money. For another person, it's relationship. For a third person, it's his career. No matter what happiness means to you, I'm here to share my knowledge with you. I graduated as a social and political psychologist from the Ural State University in Russia in 2004, and I received a bachelor degree in psychology in 2005. Within the last 15 years, I've been studying different methods of psychology, including neuro-linguistic programming, which is basically how our brain works, about the false logic, about the thinking errors, about the behavior pattern, and how to reprogram our brain. We actually can reprogram our brain to see the good things in life, to see abundance, to see opportunities in life, and to be successful and happy. I know how to do it, and I will be more than happy to share it with you. I also specialize in family psychology and family constellations, which is all about relationships within the family and why children repeat parents' mistakes and how to avoid them. And 2 years ago, I graduated from the Initiation Institute of Male and Female Maturity, which studies relationship with yourself, relationships with your family members, personal relationship, romantic relationship. And I specialize in childhood trauma. I specialize in marriage counseling and any type of addictions, including weight problems. So this is who I am, and today we're gonna talk about 10 reasons why people can't create healthy boundaries. And again, if you have any questions, if you would like to share your opinion, please write your questions in chat, or if you're gonna watch this webinar later, just write your questions in comments. I will be happy to see them and answer them. Okay, let's talk about the actual reasons. And the reason number one is parental message to be a nice girl or nice boy. And all of us probably remember parents' words like, don't be rude, be nice to people, see the nice side in everything. And this is true. Every person has something good in him, but we must learn how to see the abusive nature, the negative qualities in people as well. And we also must learn how to say no and how to walk away without feelings of guilt and shame. And this is what our parents often forget. They did not teach us those things. Same in school, our teachers were teaching us that we should respect each other, that we should be kind to each other, nice to each other. Parents, grandparents, teachers, all those people were teaching us how to be nice. They were all telling us that we should behave well, that we should respect others. And this is important. Of course, this is important, but they forgot to tell us, to teach us how to say no, how to protect our boundaries. And they did it not because they did not love us, they did it actually because of two reasons. And reason number one, they wanted us to be successful. They wanted us to have friends, they wanted us to be part of the society, they wanted us to be part of the teamwork, they want us to be good people. And the second reason why they did not teach us how to say no is because our parents, our teachers don't know how to say no themselves. They have no idea how to create healthy boundaries. And how could they teach us something that they did not know themselves? So this is the first reason, because parental message to be a nice girl and a nice boy. And we want to be nice people, that's why we cannot say no. The second, before we're gonna go to the second reason, I would like to tell you signs of a good girl syndrome. So how can you know if you have this syndrome or not? So the people with the good girl syndrome are saying something like this: I don't want to create conflicts. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to upset other person. I don't want to hurt anybody's feeling. If I say no, people won't invite me again. If I say no, they're not going to be my friends anymore. If I say no, I'm going to lose my job. I don't want to lose my job. I'm afraid to say no to my boss. If I say no, he will get mad at me. And now imagine just a simple exercise for you. Yeah? Now imagine what would happen if a wolf mother taught her young pups to be nice with everyone, including predators. All of them are going to die, and they're gonna die literally. All pups who don't know how to protect themselves are going to die. This is basically the same with humans. We are not gonna die literally, but we are gonna suffer, and we're not gonna be happy in our life. We cannot be successful, we cannot reach our goals. So this is why you have to learn how to say no. You have to know how to create healthy boundaries and how to differentiate predators from everybody else. And I have a video, a good girl syndrome. I will write the link below this video. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about this topic, and I actually give you an exercise in that video how to work on this good girl syndrome, how to stop being so nice, click the link below this video. I will leave it for you after the webinar. Okay, the second reason why people can create healthy boundaries is a fantasy of a paradise world. There are rude people and kind people. There are black and white. There is day and night. And every person has bad and good qualities. And if a person rude to you, you don't have to tolerate it because he was good to you yesterday. Sorry, if the person was acting good yesterday, but today he is rude, today he is cold, then you don't have to tolerate that. And we want to live in the illusion that bad things happen to others and not to me. We want to believe that another person did not mean to be rude. We create excuses for others, how we can, we create excuses, thousands of excuses for others just to tell ourselves and our close friends that this person is good one. And in reality, we're just afraid to stand up for ourselves. In reality, we are afraid to lose this predator because we're so in touch with him, because we're so dependent on him, because we're so connected to this person. And we prefer to live in the illusion of a paradise world. We believe that one day the situation will change somehow magically and I will be happy. The reason number 3 why people can create healthy boundaries is we ignore obvious signs of predators. So the reason number 2 is because we want to believe in a paradise world, because we want to believe that bad things won't happen to us. And the reason number 3, which is following from the reason number 2, is because we want to ignore signs of predators. And the fairy tale, The Bluebeard, in the book Women Who Run with the Wolves, chapter 2, shows that the predator has a blue colored beard. And this is a red flag. So we see red flags every day. And this is the red flag that something is wrong, something is awkward. And the signs often are in front of our eyes. And we see them every day, but we ignore them. We want to overlook the person's bad qualities. We tell ourselves and others that this person is good, especially if this person is our partner, is our mother, father, or best friend. And we, not them, not predators, but actually we will find hundreds of reasons why this person is nice and why he did not mean to do bad things that he did. But in reality, what we should do instead, we should protect our boundaries. We should say no, and we should be able to walk away. Reason number 4 why people can create healthy boundaries is the belief that aggression is bad. Many of us heard words like you should not be angry. Again, let's talk a little bit about our childhood, about our parents. Most of us heard those words like you should not be angry, you should not raise your voice, you should not be rude to other people. And we were taught to hide our anger and keep our emotions to ourselves, inside ourselves. No one has taught us how to manage our anger. No one has taught us how to use it in a healthy way. But we don't have to avoid our feelings. Our feelings is part of us, and we don't have to avoid them. We don't have to suppress them. We just have to learn how to release our aggression in a healthy way without hurting others and ourselves. And there are hidden benefits of aggression. And if you will accept the aggression, if you will accept the anger within you, then you can use those benefits. And the benefit number one is aggression is your signal that somebody is crossing your boundaries. When you feel angry, when you feel rage, even in some cases, it means that somebody is crossing your boundaries. Somebody is trying to use you, or somebody is trying to make you to follow their rules and play by their rules in their games. So aggression is actually a good symbol. It's when you hear inside, it's like a small little voice inside you which is telling you, boom, something is wrong, something is crossing your boundaries. And the second hidden benefit of aggression is that aggression helps us to overcome fears and achieve our goals. And this usually sounds like this, when a man or woman is saying, okay, I can't deal with it anymore. That's it. I'm done. No more. I'm going to go and do it right now. So this is how aggression can help us to move forward, can reach our goals, can speak up about our true desires and about true emotions and true feelings. I see that people are watching. Hi, Mary. Please let me know where are you from and why are you here? Why would you like to learn about the aggression, about the boundaries, about those feelings, about this topic? Let me know, so maybe I can focus more on the part that you are the most interested in. Okay, let's continue. Reason number 5. Reason number 5 why people can't create healthy boundaries. And the reason is that our friends and family members lie to us. And this is true. Our friends and family members lie to us. And when we tell our friends something that worries us, often our friends won't tell us the truth, or they will only tell us partially truth because they don't want to be responsible for the decisions that we make. Examples. A woman can say, what if I say something and then my friend breaks up with her boyfriend? I don't want to be responsible for their relationship. What if I say something and my friend will have a big fight with her mother? What if I advise something and she will quit her job because of what I say? I don't want to be the one to be blamed for it. So often our friends don't tell us the truth, not because they don't like us, not because they want to hide it from us, but simply because they don't want to be responsible for our relationship. They don't want to be responsible for our work, for the decisions that we make in life. They want just to be our friend. They don't want to lose us. They don't want to lose our friendship. And that's why they try to ignore it. They try to avoid this conversation. And they will actually advise us to look on the bright side of everything. They will advise us not to take things personally. And I would like to tell you the example, the true example from my life, an example about me and my ex-boyfriend. My ex-boyfriend told me, I don't want to marry you, but I want to have a child with you. And I asked him, I said, like, why don't you want to marry me? And he said that he simply don't believe in marriage. It was strange a bit, and I shared it with my friend, and she told me, do not take it personally. He wants to have a child with you. This is the most important factor, she said. So she advised me not to worry about it. Luckily, I was not convinced, and I was bugging my ex, and I started asking him more and more questions, and I was asking him, how do you see us in 5-10 years? And he told me, do not rush things. He said, let's do it step by step. You will move in with me. We're going to live together. We're going to sell your condo. You will have a baby. And then in 2-3 years, we'll see. And when I said no, he told me that, you know, Elena, you would be a great mother. I truly believe you are a perfect candidate for this role. And I really, really want to be a father. I am on this stage in my life when I'm ready to be a father. So he offered me the opportunity to become a surrogate mother for his baby. Finally, I realized, and it was painful, it was terrible to hear those words from the man that you love, but I finally realized that he was a narcissist, and all this time he was thinking only about himself. He found a good girl who can be a perfect mother for his baby without any obligations. For 2-3 years, we'll see. For 2-3 years, and then we will decide. We're gonna sell your condo, you're gonna move in with me, so you're gonna be 100% depending on me, right? You're gonna depend on me, on my decisions with a little baby on your hands, and I am not gonna be responsible. I am not your husband, and I cannot even guarantee you that we're gonna be together in 2-3 years. So this is basically was the truth of the story. And when a person cannot explain his motivation, this is a signal of predator. This is a signal of toxic person, of a narcissist, of a selfish person. The man with the blue beard, remember from the story. And the phrase, I don't believe in marriage, is not an answer. Having a family, having a baby should be a serious decision. This is not a believe it or not game. I don't believe in marriage. Let's see, let's just play it, right? Let's just have a baby and then we'll see. This is not a game. This should be a serious decision. And I'd like to talk to you about an exclusive relationship. So if a guy does not offer you an exclusive relationship or does not want to talk about it, then he does not take you seriously. It simply means that he likes you, he wants to hang out with you, he wants to have fun with you, but nothing more. He is not planning any serious relationship with you. And if he is not planning it right now, then in the future he won't be planning it too. It's very simple. And all relationships should have boundaries. Boundaries actually help us to treat each other with respect. Boundaries help us to save our love, to save our relationship, and they help us to care about each other, to care about each other's feelings and emotions. And unfortunately, we often choose friends who are like us, who don't know how to create healthy boundaries, who also believe in the fantasy of a paradise world, who advise us to ignore red flags. And that's why we need a therapist. That's why we need a mentor, a psychologist, a person who has worked on his own problems, and the person who has knowledge and experience of helping others. Whoever agrees with that, please write your comments in chat section. Let me know that you are with me on this topic. So reason number 6 why people can't create healthy boundaries is a fear of judgment. We are afraid to be judged by a predator. Often we don't say no, often we don't protect our opinion, our interest, because we are afraid that the person will call us names. We are afraid that he will say something that it was a joke and we just did not get it. A person might say that we are making a big deal out of nothing. A person might say and accuse us that we were acting like a baby and we should grow up and not to be so sensitive. We don't want to hear those words from the people that we love, so we don't say no. We do not protect our boundaries. Reason number 7 is because we are afraid to be judged by our friends and family. So number 6 was the fear to be judged by a predator. And number 7 is a fear to be judged by our friends and family. We don't want to be ashamed of our lives, of our decisions, of our relationships. And often we don't ask for help because we are afraid that once our friends find out the truth about our mother, father, boyfriend, husband, child, they will judge us or they will feel sorry for us. And we don't want to be ashamed of our life, of our family. And I would like to tell you the story, the true story, again from my life about my father. It was, I believe, about 5 or 6 years ago. My brother was getting married and I flew to Russia, and just before the wedding ceremony, we had maybe 5 minutes. I decided to go to ladies' room to make sure that I look beautiful and everything is perfect. So when I was coming out from the restroom, I saw my father. My father was standing just in front of me, and he was looking at me, smiling, and he told me like, "Wow, you look so beautiful. You are my queen." And when I heard those words, I was so happy. My relationship with my father is not, it's not even close to the perfect one. So I have my issues with my father. And when I heard him saying those words, it was like a blessing from the sky. I was so happy. I was so excited. I was like, wow, that's the best thing that happens to me. And then maybe like 2 seconds later, I realized that something was not right. And my father was looking not at me, he was looking like through me. And I turned my head back and I saw my half sister. My parents divorced when I was 11. My father remarried, and he had a daughter from the second marriage. So my half sister was standing behind me, and I realized that those words were not for me. Those words were for her. And at that moment, although I'm a psychologist, although I've worked on many personal issues before, I was terrified. I felt devastating. It's even hard to explain what I felt at that moment. And I realized that he was looking through me, ignoring me. He did not even notice that I was in front of her. Because it was my brother's wedding and it was like just 5 minutes before the wedding ceremony, I was able to somehow to deal with my emotions. I did not say anything. I did not create drama. So basically, I did not tell it to nobody. When I came back to Los Angeles, I told my friend about this. And my friend told me like, "Oh my God, he should not do that. That is terrible. I can't believe he did that. Oh my God." And instead of giving me emotional support, my friend was telling me what a terrible person my father was. And I knew it already. I knew it, and I felt bad. And before I was looking for emotional support, and she was so devastated by this situation, so she began to blame him. And therefore, I began to protect my father. I created excuses for him right away. I was saying that because of my parents' divorce, I was not as close to my father as my half-sister was to him. But my friend kept saying how terrible my father had behaved. After talking to my friend, I felt even worse than before. I came for emotional support, but I felt even worse. And from that day forward, I stopped sharing my deepest feelings with my friends. I found a therapist and I've worked on that situation. Now I can talk about my childhood and I don't feel ashamed. I don't feel embarrassed of my father. And let me know in chat who has something similar, who has felt something similar, who knows how terrible it is to hear words like, "Oh my God, you have an abusing family. Oh my God, you have a terrible father. Oh my God, you have an evil boyfriend." Let me know who have been in this type of situations. And often our friends don't know how to give emotional support. I still friends with this girl, and she's a wonderful friend. I really like her. And it's not because she's bad or she meant bad things to me. No, because our friends don't know what to say. And they don't know how to react. And that's why we need the therapist. That's why we need a professional person who can not only understand our feelings, but also can help us to deal with them. Okay, reason number 8. Reason number 8 is we are afraid to be judged by God, by higher power, or by a divine power. If I'm rude, one day I will be punished for that. If I divorce my husband, people will know the truth about my perfect marriage. If I report domestic abuse to the police, people will feel pity for me or will judge me. They will blame me that I somehow played role in this abuse. I will be ashamed of my situation. I don't want to be judged. Often people do not know who will punish them, but they are afraid of punishment. We are afraid to be judged by society. We are afraid to be judged by God, by culture, by divine power, by the universal laws, by the society, by the government, by our friends, and by the group that we belong to. And I have a webinar, the law of belongings, the universal family law. There are 5 laws, and one of them is the law of belonging. And I talk in details about the desire to belong to a group and the fear of being rejected. I will also leave the link below this webinar, and you can check and you can watch this video and learn more about this fear of being rejected from a group and fear of being punished by the higher power. Reason number 9 is simply low self-esteem and low self-confidence. We are afraid to speak up for ourselves. We are afraid to look stupid. We don't know how to deal with this situation. And it is easier for us to be quiet and to keep our emotions and feelings inside. If we did not develop a sense of self-worth in our childhood, if our parents did not tell us that we were beautiful and smart, if they did not provide us with a sense of security, then right now we have low self-esteem and we are unable to say no. We are unable to protect our interest and create healthy boundaries. And our parents told us millions of times not to be selfish. They told us millions of times to think about others and not to be rude. And some of us heard even words like this: shame on you, don't embarrass me, I don't need your opinion, nobody asked for your opinion. So we have learned to keep our mouth shut. We live in fear of punishment and shame. And the reason number 9 is low self-esteem and low self-confidence. And finally, the last reason is simply we don't know what to say. We don't know what words to use. We don't know what phrase to use. We don't know how to say it, when to say it, with what intonation. We have no idea how to answer when people are violating our rules. And there are 2 types of boundaries: proactive and reactive boundaries. And let's talk a little bit about each type. Reactive boundaries is our emotional reaction to the respective situation. When a child is screaming, crying, throwing food on the floor, throwing toys on the floor, a child is saying, no, I don't want this. I will not do this. A child is protesting, and often he does not say what he wants. Instead, he just shows his protest. And this is normal for a child up to 6-7 years old. This is how children learn how to protect their boundaries, their territory, their toys, their belongings, their interests. And parents' reaction is extremely important during this period. Parents should teach a child that it's not okay to scream, it's not okay to bite other people, it's not okay to be rude, it's not okay to break things, but it is okay to protect your boundaries and speak up about your feelings and emotions. And parents should teach a child how to talk, how to find a solution in a difficult situation, how to negotiate, how to offer a compromise. But parents often miss this second part. They punish a child for screaming, they punish a child for being rude, but they do not teach us how to protect our boundaries, how to protect my toys. So they tell me, my parents told me, like, you have to share with your little brother, don't be rude, don't bite, don't scream. But they don't tell us, how can I protect my toys? How can I go and play outside with other kids and protect my toys? And as a result, a child learns to assume a victim role or becomes a selfish narcissist. And let's talk a victim role first. The person with a victim type of personality gets upset over small things, creates drama, slams the door, manipulates, lies, cries, creates conflicts, and always blames others for problems. And at the same time, a person that assumed a victim's role, he suffers a lot. He feels that people don't appreciate him, that nobody cares about him, that nobody understands him. And often a person develops psychosomatic syndromes, such as high blood pressure, anxieties, and constant stress. And this is the reason that person gets upset quickly, because that person feels that nobody loves him, nobody listens to him. That's why this person lies, creates drama and conflicts, because he believes that people do not love him and people don't care about him. And the second type that we can get as a result of parents not teaching us how to create healthy boundaries, we can get a person with a narcissistic personality. A narcissist behaves aggressively. A person who is not a victim, but a person who is an opposite to a victim. A narcissist often abusive, and he can physically hurt others, or he can use abusive words. A narcissist also manipulates, and he does not respect the opinion of others. He believes that he can violate laws and rules and other people's boundaries, but when other people violate his boundaries and break his rules, he becomes cruel, cold, and violent. And reactive boundaries always based on emotion. We react. That's why it's called reactive boundaries. Reaction based on our reaction, on our emotion. When I am mad, I scream. When I feel ashamed, I cry. When people disagree with me, I must prove that I'm wrong. Some narcissists can say that they regret their reactions. But if a person does not know how to manage his anger, it does not mean that you should forgive him or ignore his rude behavior. You should not sacrifice yourself, you should not sacrifice your desires, your dreams, just because another person does not know how to control his anger. And the second type of boundaries is proactive boundaries. And proactive boundaries are when a person chooses his reaction. Everybody has a choice. You should make your choice based on the following factors. Who are you talking to? Is it a family member? Is it your boss? Is it your co-worker or your friend? Second, what result do you want to achieve in your situation? Do you want to keep your job? your friendship, your relationship or not? The third is it the first time when a person has been rude to you, or has he done this many times before? Those questions you have to think in your head before you're gonna react. So you have to choose your reaction based on those things. And remember that you always have a choice in any situation with any person. You have a choice. And if you don't know how to do it, you can learn this. I've learned it, now I can teach you, and you can learn this too. And the more we fall back into our old behavior patterns, the more we suffer. You can continue to live in resentment. This is also your choice. You can continue suppressing your inner anger, falling into a victim behavior, remaining silent, swallowing your pain and hoping for a miracle. Or you can change your life. You can change your life by attending one of my online workshops. And you can see the schedule of upcoming events and workshops at my website, which is elenasemenek.com, or you can click the link below this video and see what I prepared for you. Reactive boundaries, when we react, also called childish boundaries. And those boundaries lead to addictive relationships, to pain and to frustration. And life moves forward. Even if you stay on the same level, lives move forward, then you will descend even deeper and deeper and deeper in your personal suffering. And one day it might be too late to create a successful career. It might be too late to have a baby. It might be too late to quit smoking because you already have cancer. And if you have your dreams, if you don't know how to achieve them, then welcome to my self-development online training workshops. I will be happy to teach you. We're gonna heal your inner child. We're gonna heal your inner trauma, your childhood trauma. And you will learn how to create healthy boundaries, how to create healthy relationship. You will work on your self-esteem, and you will learn how to create the life that you really want and really deserve. And now I would like to offer you a free guided meditation, my inner house guided meditation that will help you to make yourself aware of your boundaries and understand yourself better. And it will also help you to see how you represent yourself in the world and how you see others. But before the meditation, I would like to give you a short invitation to my upcoming self-healing online workshop. And I prepared 2 separate 7-day drawing marathons. The first one will be 7-day drawing marathons where we're gonna work on aggression and resentment towards mother. And then it's gonna be the second one, also for 7 days, anger and resentment towards father. And it will be held online via a closed group on Facebook. Every day you will receive a task, an exercise to draw an image, and it can be one image or it can be multiple images based on specific topic. And then when you have your image, you will attach it to the post. The next day you're gonna come back to the group and read my comments below your image, and that will help you to decode the symbol of the picture. So you will be able to reflect on your emotions, on your feelings, to connect with your inner self, to release negative feelings through drawing, and you will be able to release those painful feelings that you have carried with you for years. Then you're gonna read another exercise and do another drawing. It can take 5 minutes or 15 minutes or 2 hours, it depends on you. If you decide to draw only one image, it's gonna take you maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. So 15 minutes every day, 7 days in a row towards your happiness. Simple and extremely effective. And the first day is free. So the first 2 days is free. The first 2 exercises free. And then if you want to continue, there's gonna be a small charge. And if you want to know details, click the link below this video. It's called Drawing Marathons, and you will find dates, time, discounts, and of course how to join. Okay. Now let's do the actual meditation. The My Inner House meditation method that will help you to understand your boundaries and yourself on a new level. And before we do the meditation, I would like to give you a short overview of what we will be doing. So first I will ask you to close your eyes and relax, and that will guide you through the relaxation process. And then I will ask you to imagine a house, and we will not go inside the house. This is very important. In this specific exercise, we will not go inside the house. This is another exercise. During this meditation, we will focus only on the outside of the house and its surroundings. And if you see yourself inside the house, no worries. I will ask you to go outside. And then I will ask you questions like how big is the house, how tall is this house, what materials is it made of, can you see the roof, etc. And at the end of the meditation, when you will get back to your room, I will help you to decode the image that you saw. Okay. Let's start. Please turn off your cell phones. Let me do the same. Make sure mine is off. Okay, turn off your cell phone and make sure that nobody will disturb you for 10-15 minutes. Find a comfortable position and just listen to my voice and follow my voice. Close your eyes and allow your body to relax. Take a deep breath in and breath out. And another deep breath in and out. And the third breath in and out. Allow your body to relax and let your subconscious mind guide you. As you go deeper and deeper into the relaxation, any external noise and sounds will only help you to connect with your inner world and imagine images. Allow your body to relax more and more, deeper and deeper. Relax your shoulders, elbows, wrists, and every finger on your hands. At some point, allow your chest to relax. Your breathing might get in deeper and slower. Relax your abdominal muscles. Allow the wave of relaxation travel down to your belly. Relax your legs, your knees, relax your ankles, and relax your feet. At some point, start relaxing your back muscles. You'll relax your lower back, your middle back. Relax your upper back. Allow the muscles along your spine to relax. A pleasant wave of relaxation flows across your back muscles. Relax your neck, the back of your head, your temples. Relax your forehead, eyebrows, cheeks. Relax your jaw. Relax your eyes. Staying with eyes closed, you can hear my voice and imagine images. And now imagine a house. It can be an image that you've seen in a real life or some imaginary image. Anything that you see is good and important. Do not rush. Take your time. If you see yourself inside the house, just go outside. Please notice how big is this house? How tall is this house? What materials is it made of? Can you see the roof? What color is it? What shape is it? Flat, pointed, or any other shape? What is it made of? Does this house have windows and balconies? If yes, how many do you see? And how big are they? Do you see any blinds or curtains? What does the front door look like? What size and color is it? Do you have a key for this house or not? What does the foundation of the house look like? Does this house have a front yard? How does it look? What do you see around the house? Is there any fence? Is it tall? Is it solid? Look carefully and try to notice all the details. Can you walk around the house to inspect it from each side? And if yes, then take your time and now go walk around it. Some sides of the house or the backyard might be closed. Just notice what you see. What is the place like where the house is located? Do you see any neighbors' houses? How far they are from you? What is your general impression of this house? Do you like it or not? Try to remember all the details. And now find a comfortable place in this image to complete your meditation. Take a breath in and then leave the image to return to your real life location. Open your eyes, look around you. Name 3 objects that you see in your room, for example, a table, a window, computer. And write down in comment section below the video what you saw and how do you feel now. I also recommend you take coloring pencils, markers, crayons, and any coloring tools and draw what you saw during the meditation. And now I will help you to decode some of the most important elements of this meditation. You can keep drawing and just listen to my explanations of this meditation and see what is related to your image. So the fence. The fence is the symbol of your personal boundaries. How high it is, how thick it is, how transparent it is, were you able to see what's happening in the outside world of the fence, or the fence was blocking your view. If you did not have a fence, it means that you allow people to use you. You do not protect yourself at all. You do not have any boundaries in your life. And anybody can enter your house, or basically anybody can use you for their own purpose. The front yard. The front yard is how you represent yourself in this world. For example, people with a perfect front yard have a perfect Facebook page or have a perfect Instagram page. Your account on social media is the presentation of your life. Same as your front yard. How people see you, how you present yourself. The house itself, the shape, the color, the roof, all those elements represent you, your mental health, your stress and anxiety level, and how you see yourself. This is the presentation of you. If you had a key to your house, it means that you know how to connect to yourself, you know how to connect to your inner desires and your true feelings. Windows and balconies. Windows and balconies represents how you communicate with the outside world, but mostly with people who are close to you. So the fence is communication with people who are your co-workers, people at work, maybe not close friends, but just your buddies. But windows and balconies mostly represent how you communicate with your family members, with your partner, with your close friends, with your children. And do you allow them to be part of your life or not? No windows, no balconies. It means that you do not allow them to be close to your heart. You do not let them to create a close, deep, meaningful connection with you. The area behind the house, the hidden territory, represents your secrets, your fears, your inner conflicts, and your psychological traumas, your childhood traumas. Something that you hide from other people, something that you are protecting, something that might be hidden from you. If you were not able to walk around your house and see the backyard, it means that there is something that you're trying to hide from yourself and from others. You're running from your own fears and something old, something from your past, and probably something from your childhood. Castles, huge houses, a symbol of magical thinking, psychological immaturity. And people who see castles and huge houses need to work on their sense of self-worth, on their self-confidence and self-acceptance. Neighbors. Neighbors are a symbol of your perception of other people. Did you see any fence or sidewalk between your house and other houses? How close are they to your house? How close or far you are from other people? How your boundaries are with other people, with neighbors, right? Please write your comments below this video about what you saw, and after the webinar I will read your comments and help you to decode the image you saw. And if you're gonna watch this video later, of course you can also write what you saw in comments, and I will be happy to see your feedback and help you to decode your image. Okay, and I would like to remind you that you can join me for the Drawing Marathon. And it's gonna be 2 drawing marathons. The first one, resentment and anger with mother, and the second one is resentment towards and anger with father. And all the problems are hidden in our childhood, and Drawing Marathon is a magical tool that will help you to release your old feelings so you don't have to struggle and suffer anymore. And the first marathon starts this Monday, this upcoming Monday, and then it's gonna be for 7 days. We're gonna have another 7 days break, and then we're gonna do 7 days Drawing Marathon, resentment towards father. And remember, 2 days of the marathon are free. So check the links below this video for the details, discounts, and information how to join me. And I have a Facebook, I have Instagram. I will be happy to see you on my social media. Please subscribe, and you can also ask your questions if you have private questions. I understand that some people don't feel comfortable to share their deep emotions, deep feelings on YouTube publicly, so you can send me a private question on my website. There is a form specifically for that, or you can send it to me on Facebook or Instagram. I hope that you like this video. If you found it helpful, please click like, subscribe, and share. When I see your comments, when I see your likes, it motivates me to create more educational videos for you. And the next webinar, free webinar, where we're gonna talk more about anger and resentment towards parents, will be, I believe, in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks. You can check the schedule on my website. All links are below. And thank you for watching this webinar. Again, my name is Elena Semenek, E-L-E-N-A, and this is Psychology of Happiness, where happiness is the purpose of life. See you next time. Bye.